Dad. I'm here with Joe Mulinaro from Ripken Baseball. Joe, welcome.
Hey, thanks so much. Yes, Ripken Baseball, Ripken Experience.
The Ripken Experience. Okay, wonderful. Thanks for taking some time out of your day to join us. You're out of Indianapolis, correct? However, there's ballparks across the country.
Yes. I'm one of the odd ones at Ripken. I don't work directly at one of our three facilities. I've been in Indianapolis. I've been with Ripken for 11 years, and I've been working for my home office in Indy the entire time. So we have our home office is in Aberdeen, Maryland, just north of Baltimore, where Cal and Bill are from. And then we then had our facility in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, that's been there now for 13 years. And we are going into our third season with our Pigeon Forge, Tennessee facility.
Okay. So before we get going, Joe, the goal of today is to help our followers understand the options that are available from Ripken Baseball, so they might be able to plan accordingly, because it is still early enough in the year to where they can make decisions for the upcoming season. But some other things that people may not know about Ripken Baseball, what they provide maybe from a training perspective to the league play, things of that nature, other options available to players and parents. So if you can kind of give us a background as to where Ripken Baseball is today and how it best serves the youth athletes that are out there from a baseball and softball perspective, that would be helpful.
Yeah. So one thing that we definitely have here at Ripken is variety between our three facilities. And just so you'll know, just for your listeners and viewers to know, Ripken Experience and Ripken Baseball, completely different business and entity than the Cal Ripken League or the Babe Ruth League. We get that confused a lot of times. The Babe Ruth League, when Cal retired, asked if it would be okay to make a division of their recreational league in honor of him and his name. And he said that's fine. It's called the Cal Ripken Little League, a division of the Babe Ruth League. So we are completely separate from that. For a while, we did host the World Series, at the 12-year-old age level at our facility in Aberdeen, but we don't even do that anymore. That's just more of a Cal himself entity and the Babe Ruth League. But
well, that's good. That's good to know and differentiate, because I'm sure that's a question that some people may have. So thank you for sharing.
Well, and you wouldn't believe this year how big of an issue it was, because the Cal Ripken League itself and the Babe Ruth League decided to go with the USA Baseball bat rule. And so the amount of teams that either said, hey, we're not coming to one of your events, meaning ours, or had questions about our bat rules, all from that blurry gray line in there I
bet that was a huge educational attempt on your end to make sure that they were aware that it wasn't the same thing, only because, I understand why the USA bat standards are in place. I get it. But I'm on the side that, I think it's going to hurt those that are playing in hurt the leagues as far as participation, only because, I think home runs are fun, and to be able to take some of that away, I think is going to pull players into other directions. So I bet you had a lot of efforts to make sure they were educated.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was, obviously Cal and his company and Ripken Baseball and Ripken Experience are all about safety. We want safety to be the first and foremost thing, but we didn't feel like it was a necessity to move on to that bat rule right now. And so we got plenty of people asking that question. And we've just decided to have our travel facilities, Myrtle Beach, Pigeon Forge, and Aberdeen, to stay pretty much the same as USSSA and the other major sanctioning bodies when it came to travel ball. So, but it all came down to just that, like I said, that blurry gray line between the Cal Ripken League and our three facilities. So,
gotcha. Well, what are some things this year? You mentioned the three sites: Aberdeen, Pigeon Forge, and Myrtle Beach. You've got these three amazing sites. First off, where can people go to look at these sites prior to and getting more information?
Sure. The easiest thing to do is go to ripkenbaseball.com. Once you go to that website, there will be drop downs for each of the facilities, for a tournament surge, for camp surge, for our collegiate and high school and college spring training leagues. All those will be drop downs, so you can go through and find that easily right there on site. So ripkenbaseball.com. Just to give you kind of a background and make it, I guess, an easier thing through chronological order, the facility in Aberdeen started us first. with it being in Cal and Bill's backyard and the home of where they grew up. And then Cal has the Aberdeen Ironbirds, which is a minor league team right there. That actual stadium is on site at our facility there. It was very much a camp business and a weekend business. And then they saw the opportunity to where, my goodness, people want to have tournaments. So it became a weekend tournament destination up and down the I-95 corridor there on the East Coast. And from Boston down to Richmond, Virginia, and everywhere in between, all those travel teams in that area love to come to us for weekends because we have these great facilities, and Cal and Bill, have their name on it, and quite a bit of involvement. We still run some of the summer camps. We do a handful of week-long summer camps in Aberdeen for people from all over the country. You wouldn't believe we actually get international youngsters to come and play, be a part of our week-long camps that we have there. So it's really great. That's part of our summer. We do one week-long event there. It's called the Blue Crab. And it's pretty much, when I talk about Myrtle Beach and Pigeon Forge in a moment, it's a carbon copy of what they do. But Cal and Bill are both very involved with that event. They actually are there for opening ceremonies, for the home run derby, things like that. So it's a week-long event, more bells and whistles involved with it, kind of a destination event instead of just a regular weekend event where you show up, play, and leave. Mm-hmm. So we started that place right when Cal was retiring. A few years later, Myrtle Beach came calling, and with some people there and with Cal looking at it, they built the Ripken Experience in Myrtle Beach. By the way, in Aberdeen, there are 9 fields there, some mostly all youth fields, but a couple of the older fields or larger fields. Myrtle Beach has 4 60-90 diamonds and then 5 youth fields. Wow. And the core of its business now is in February and March and April, we do college, February, March, and April, college and high school baseball and softball spring training. So college and high school baseball and softball teams from all over the country will come. We'll set up their schedule for them and help them set up their schedule for practices, for games, for workouts. They come there and enjoy the better weather, get to play against some teams they wouldn't normally get to play against. So that's become very big. We do a few little bit of weekend events there. And then we do our collegiate league for kids who have finished their college season but want to get some extra time in and extra work. We do a 6-week-long collegiate league in May and June that rolls right into our week-long. And our core business there is our week-long events. We do 8 week-long tournaments. They go from Sunday through Friday every week from June, July, into August. Again, we do 10U through 16U at that facility. And get teams from all over the country. We actually get teams from all over the world. We now have an Australian group, the Victorian Kookaburras, who have come 7 years in a row from Australia to play at that facility. Wow. And it's just fabulous to see, and the American kids love it when they come. We get teams from Central America and from the Caribbean who've come and played there. So we're really excited about that. But again, it's going into its 13th season, I believe. And then our most recent one was Pigeon Forge. That facility has 6 diamonds. They're all youth diamonds, and we do 10U through 12U tournaments there. We do, because they're youth diamonds, we do some college and high school softball spring training there. So some far north college and high school softball teams can come and play, in Tennessee, a little bit warmer than where they are, not the distance all the way down to Florida or what have you. And so we get that a little bit in the spring. Then we do all weekend tournaments in the spring. And then again, we do 8 week-long tournaments over the summer. And those are 10U through 12U. And they're fabulous. The Myrtle Beach facility, you've got palm trees around you and little ponds, and you're a mile and a half off of the actual beach, and every kind of shopping and tourist attraction is around you. And then you go to Pigeon Forge, and you're on the side of a mountain. We actually built the facility on the side of a mountain. It looks down over the city of Pigeon Forge. So it's a totally different feel, but that same, just great family affair kind of setting.
And are all the fields turf?
They are. Okay. We, at Myrtle Beach and Pigeon Forge, there's still a mixture of turf and grass at our Aberdeen facility.
Okay, so you're getting the games in more times than not, right?
Yeah. I mean, I was in Myrtle Beach a few years ago, and we got 15 inches of rain over a 2-day period, and we still got the tournament in. It's just the drainage system, our staff. We have full-time ground staff at each facility, so they make sure, a lot of times teams will go play on a weekend tournament somewhere, and you know how it is. You've got high school kids or local city park people, which are good, hardworking people, but it's not their agenda to really say, how much money am I going to spend to get this tournament in? For us, it's our business. It's what we do. So we want to make sure we have the right facilities in place to get that done.
Joe, you talk about some team events. What about, are there any individual events where if I'm a player and I want to go off for a week to play, are there any type of those opportunities?
Yeah, so again, in Aberdeen, we dabbled with it a little bit in Myrtle Beach, but it's not really anything we do anymore. But Aberdeen, we have week-long camps, and the campers will come in. They'll stay at a local college and a local private high school in their dormitories. Mm-hmm. They'll work on different skills and competitions all week long. We have our professional staff that is trained there on site at at Aberdeen. And they give the kids a complete rundown of basics and fundamentals, and then work on some other things. And it's very exciting. The kids, by the end of the week, have learned a lot about baseball. They've got some cool Ripken gear, things like that. But they get to spend that time there. And like I said, people send campers from all over the country and all over the world to be a part of it. So it's definitely something that is a good part of our business. Because I'm the sales director for our week-long business, I don't dabble in the camps that much, but I know that we send hundreds and hundreds of kids there every summer to Aberdeen for that.
Excellent. And it's not too late for the teams to register for the upcoming season. How would they go about that?
For the camps themselves, or for
no, for the team events, for the ones that you oversee.
Yeah. So that ripkenbaseball.com website that I mentioned, it's very easy to walk through. Once you go there and you pull the drop down to the facility one or the week you want, register button right there on site. Click right through that. It walks you through putting in some general information to start, and it'll take a deposit for your team right now, and then it puts you on a payment plan until this summer. So, for example, right now, one of our week-long events, whether it's the Blue Crab in Aberdeen or whether it's one of our 8 weeks in Myrtle Beach or 8 weeks in Pigeon Forge, it's a $1,500 deposit. You can do that with a credit card, or we now do checking online. So we take, people will type in their routing number and account number. It becomes an ACH transfer right there, and it goes right into our system. And then we set it up, like I said, with payments like in March, April, May, so that you're paying off in installments until you come out this summer.
Cool. And correct me if I'm wrong. I believe there's an opportunity on your site to see the actual your fields have air. I know I've seen a drone version of the Pigeon Forge facility from up high, and golly, it's phenomenal. And I'm sure you have the same for the other facilities should someone want to check them out.
We do. Not only do we have them on our site, but if you just go onto YouTube, it's funny. A lot of people have put great videos from their trips there. And then we've done different times drone shots of all three facilities. And if you type in, aerial views or aerial videos or drone views of Aberdeen, Ripken and Aberdeen, or Ripken and Myrtle Beach, or Pigeon Forge, it's funny. You don't realize how much information is really out there, or how much audio and video are out there. But whether you go to our site at ripkenbaseball.com or again, if you just Google it or put it on YouTube, you can find a little bit of all of that on there.
Hey, Joe, we really appreciate your time today. It's a wintry day for a lot of people in the north and not so north, but to be able to think baseball and softball for spring and summer, it's never a bad day to do that. So thank you for educating us, and followers, please go out and check out ripkenbaseball.com. I'm certain that there's an option for you. Maybe not this year, but maybe if you want to plan ahead for next year and begin to get the parents acclimated to what's down the pipe. So,
sure,
Joe, we really appreciate your time.
No problem, and I would hate it if I didn't mention this one. Like you mentioned, our 2019 information will actually be out probably this June or early July. Mm-hmm. So we usually do our best pricing and best fundraising opportunities during that time frame for teams who want to sign up early. But also there's one last deadline, February 15th, Thursday, February 15th. There's still a small discount to sign up by that date for this coming summer, 2018. So After that, the price does go up. But if anyone's interested in, and if your broadcast goes out before that, obviously, February 15th, there is a deadline where the cost will go up after that. So try to catch some of that early bird pricing.
Heck yeah. Well, man, we appreciate it. If you hang on one second, I'll finish up. But thanks for the time today, and we really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
All right, Joe.